Good evening, everyone. I am in my barn. It's actually close to 11 p.m. I'm a little late getting to feeding my goats tonight. When I am in here feeding my goats at night, I do another once over of my quail and rabbits, which are in the barn with my goats. And I'm noticing that Echo here really hasn't been eating. She is pregnant. She's due to give birth within the next week. It is common for the female rabbit to slow down on eating as she gets full of babies and pretty uncomfortable. But I noticed today when I went to go fill water that she really didn't drink much water today either. And I'm a little bit worried that she's developed some GI stasis, which means that her digestive tract may have stopped moving because she quit putting things in it. And rabbits can't burp, they can't fart, they can't pass gas. So whatever is still in her gut will start to ferment and create gas and make her uncomfortable. And at that point, it's just a vicious cycle. She's uncomfortable and won't eat. If she doesn't eat, her gut doesn't move, and it will end up killing her if we don't treat her. We have treated rabbit for GI stasis in the past with success. I used a different product then. What I used was my goat bloat treatment that I have used in previous videos, and it worked well to cure my rabbit then. But since then, I've purchased some MARFIN gas drops. It's exactly what you would use for a human infant that is gassy. If I can help relieve her gas, she's going to feel more like eating, and when she starts eating, it's going to get her gut moving and healing. So I'm going to give her these gas drops. The reason that I've got her face covered right now is because she's not a well-handled rabbit at all. She's a little bit wild. New Zealanders are kind of known for being a little bit crazy. They were bred for their meat production and not their personality. And this helps keep her calm. But you may notice that she's a little bit crazy. It's just part of her not being a handled rabbit. So I'm going to give her as much as I can. You can't really give them too much. I'm going to fill this little dropper and see how much I can get into her mouth and check on her in the morning. Echo here is 5 months old. She's not quite full grown, but she's still a pretty big rabbit. It's a quite thick liquid here, and it's pink. Not exactly sure how much I've drawn up there, but I'm going to try and get as much as I can into her, and it may be a little bit of a fight. Whoops, let me not spill it. I'm going to try to cover her eyes with my armpit, essentially, to try and help keep her calm. It may not be easy. Okay, shh. I don't want to stress her out too much, but she really does need treatment. So I might not be able to cradle her. I don't want her to bite me either. So I was able to stick the syringe. Is that good? I was able to stick the syringe behind her front teeth, but before her molars. And you see she took that syringe quite well. So I've given her some hay. I don't normally feed my rabbits hay. What they eat is an 18% alfalfa pellet. It's got 15% fiber as it is. But when a rabbit has any kind of digestive issue, it's really smart to up their fiber up to 25%. And I've got some really good alfalfa hay here that I already put in her cage and she didn't touch. And that's another thing that alerted me that she might have a problem. Rabbits love hay and she didn't want to touch it. So hopefully she gets feeling better soon. I've given her medicine, I've given her her hay, she's got full food and water. And the next thing I'm going to do is place a feed bag under her crate here. I'll be able to tell if she has pooped overnight at all. And that would be a good sign if she did. So we'll come back in the morning and see how Echo is doing. She's already a little bit calmer. So obviously these are not the types of pellets you want to see coming out of your rabbit, but I'll show you the transition of her pellet that makes me believe that she is getting better. So up here we just have something that's not formed at all. There's no pelletized form to this excrement at all. When I came to check on her this morning, this is what I saw. It's a little bit more like cottage cheese, a tiny bit more formed, but clearly not healthy for this rabbit. We're moving on a little bit further. We can see some little round pellets forming. We still have way too much mucus. And back here, you can see here little pellets forming with strings of mucus in between. This is what we saw on Abraham when he was starting to heal from his GI stasis. So this gives me hope that Echo is going to be just fine. What we want is rabbit pellets just like this. Round balls, no mucus, perfectly healthy. This is not healthy, but I have hope because we've gone from this to this, and I believe we'll have good round pellets, hopefully by tomorrow morning. As you can see, Echo right here, she's doing actually a little bit better today. I don't like the consistency of the poop that I'm collecting on top of the feed bag under her cage, but you know what? Her gut is moving, and that's more important to me. Right now, she's only eating the high quality alfalfa hay that I've given her, and that's fine. As long as she's putting something in, the gases won't build up in her belly, and she will get better in time. I'm going to keep those feed bags underneath her cage until I'm seeing that she's giving me her nice round normal bunny poops. We're not there yet, but she does seem to be getting better just off of one dose. I had planned on redosing her this morning, but I really think that pulling her back out and redosing her is going to stress her out, and stress can also cause digestive issues in rabbits. So I don't want to pull her out again if she seems to be doing better. So I've got Abraham out here. He's one that we cured from GI stasis once before. He had it major. It was pretty bad. He was not, I really thought we were going to lose him. And at the time, I had actually called a local vet to see if I could get him in. I said, you know, I've got a rabbit and he's not eating. I know he's got GI stasis and he's going to die. Their first appointment was a week out. My rabbit was not going to last a week to wait for that appointment. But I think it's always good to have something that you can treat with right away while you're waiting for the vet in the meantime. You may find that you don't need to get to your appointment because your home treatment did work so well, but always have a vet for your pets in mind and on call just in case you do need them. So I'm going to use Abraham here to show you how to check for gas in your bunny. I didn't show you that last night. But when I noticed that not only was Echo really not eating, she stopped drinking, I pulled her out, this turkey. I pulled her out of her cage and checked her belly. So I'm going to try to turn Abraham to the side and show you what I did. So he's a male rabbit, but on a pregnant female rabbit, her kits are going to be back here under her legs, and her digestive system, where the gas builds up, is going to be more close to her ribs. So if you take your hand in a U shape and just kind of massage a little bit downward and a little bit backward, if the rabbit has gas buildup, you can literally feel it bubbling and squishing and moving around. And it sounds quite gross. I don't even know, like it's a squelching type noise. It's really, you'll know. So just pick up the rabbit like this, cup your hand right behind the ribs, and just slowly massage. He doesn't have any gas. That's good. Show you with this hand. And you can even move a little bit backwards. And if you feel a lot of bubbles and you can even audibly hear them squishing and moving around, you probably need to give your bunny some Mylicon gas drops. Now with a pregnant rabbit, you can use the same motion to palpate for the babies. And I could feel her babies inside her last night. You just do that a little bit further back here. And you can even, whoops, hang on Abe. You can even go back behind and feel like this for the babies. He doesn't have any babies, but this is where babies would be, and up here is where gas would be. So we'll come check on Echo a little bit later. In the meantime, I'm just going to let everybody relax. She does seem to be doing better, eating and drinking, even if just a little bit. It makes me so happy to see. You ready to go back? You ready to go back? Here we are again with Echo. I'm just going to cover her eyes to calm her down for a little bit. I haven't noticed any new poop since this morning, and I'd like her to be passing stools quicker, like faster than she currently is. So I'm going to check her again for gas, and I'll show you what that looks like on Echo. Again, she's a lot less handled than Abraham, so this may take some doing. Alright, I'm feeling babies back here, but you know I don't necessarily feel any gas gurgling right here. She's definitely got full belly of babies, that's for sure. But thankfully I don't feel any gas bubbles moving around. So I think what's probably happening is it's been a while since she's really eaten well enough to be able to pass stool. It's still working through her system, and hopefully I'll see a new stool on the feed bag under her cage by tonight. She's calming down a little now that I've had to handle her while she's a little sick. So here we've got one of our other rabbits. This is Octavia. And in the foreground here, Octavia has a cecotrope. I will zoom in on that. This is a specific type of rabbit pellet that the rabbit normally ingests as part of keeping their digestive system healthy. It is this rather clumpy, shiny looking mass. This is nothing to be concerned about when you're assessing your rabbit's poop. This is normal. Like I said, they normally eat it, but you may sometimes see these laying around. So that kind of thing doesn't concern me. Octavia is good and healthy. Alright, it's been quite a while since I last updated on Miss Echo here, but Echo is eating her breakfast. She's feeling better. She ended up delivering 12 kits, all on the wire. They all died. It's kind of normal for a first-time mom to do that, so I have high hopes for her next breeding. But more importantly, Echo is better. She no longer has GI stasis. She no longer has her gas problem. The Mylicon gas drops plus feeding free choice hay was the solution for her and for our other rabbit that we rescued from a GI stasis crisis. So if you don't have any right now, I think it's wise to obtain a small bottle of the Mylicon gas drops just in case you happen to need it. You don't want to have to need it, you know, at 9:30 p.m. when you live in the middle of nowhere. Like when I discovered she was having an issue. It was the wrong time of day to try and run out and get anything. It's an inexpensive product and it's worth having in your medicine cabinet.